People to know that. So I used to tell him, if we ever tell our story, I want this to be real. I want people to understand that, guys, this is not easy. And don't forget, we're not married. So imagine how married people do it. This is not easy. And now we stay together. So if we fight, you're sitting in this room, we're talking about it, we're fixing it. There's no outside, you know. And we've had issues, and we have to deal with it. It is hard. You know, and the thing is, we're two different people. Nkuli was brought up differently than I am. Like I was telling you, Nigerians, we're not, I love you to your mom or dad. That's not how we were brought up. We know our parents love us when they hit the fuck out of us. Like that's how we know love is. With them, mom will say, I love you, you know? And you'll be like, this is so strange. So two completely different people, two completely different cultures. We're both stubborn as hell. His views are different. Me and him can never agree on Stevie's must fall. Because I feel like that's a topic for another day, you know, I'm not ignorant.
In her book entitled Committed, Elizabeth Gilbert writes, people always fall in love with the most perfect aspects of each other's personalities. Who wouldn't? Anybody can love the most wonderful parts of another person. But that's not the clever trick. The really clever trick is this. Can you accept the flaws? Can you look at your partner's faults honestly and say, I can work around that. I can make something out of that. Because the good stuff is always going to be there. And it's always going to be pretty and sparkly. But the crap underneath can ruin you. I hope you enjoy this episode of Tea Sundays as much as I did.
Okay, so hi guys.
What's good, what's good?
I'd like you guys to introduce yourselves first.
Okay.
Ladies first?
No. I mean, I'm gonna start because, like, I'm here, right?
Okay.
And I feel like, you know. So yeah, my name is Nkuli Tsilani. I'm an overall dope guy, founder and CEO of Kuyashat Media. And I've also got a baby girl. Yeah. And I'm this beautiful woman's partner.
Love that.
My name is Nina Choma Uche. What am I? I'm a wonderful mom to a beautiful girl. I'm his silly partner, you know. I have a catering company that does kitchen. I just started a podcast on motherhood. And yeah, I'm a new mom, a happy mom. And that's it.
So take me through how you guys met.
Okay. So she was working at the Planet Fitness, Platinum, the one day in Santon, and then I was a member there. And then, I mean, I would see her a lot, you know, especially at the reception area. So then, like, I saw a lot. But then, you know, I had like the you know, the guapaba when you don't know what to say. So, you know, just play it cool, you know. Just like, oh wait, you good? Okay, sure. Can I have a tap? But that's how I felt. Okay, how was it then?
I was just, hi. Okay, okay, bye. We're in that confident phase, we're shy.
Okay, fine. Okay. But I'm trying to make it seem better now.
Oh, okay. So there's spice to it. Okay.
Yeah. So then we saw each other. I think she had a very attractive energy, you know. Besides her obvious good looks, there was an energy about her that was a bit addictive. And then eventually it was her birthday. I found out it was her birthday. So then I'm like, I can find a way in on this angle. So then I bought her a bottle of wine, and then
a horrible wine, by the way.
Yeah, it was pretty shit wine.
Horrible.
At the time, we didn't know it was shit though. I thought it was good. Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we went out on a date. Actually, you know what? Actually, funny
Let
thing.
me tell you about the date.
Okay.
So he was like, okay, you want to go out for a drink? I'm like, okay, fine, cool. But the thing is, I invited one of my closest friends to spend a day with me.
Yeah.
So she was like, she's coming. And I'm like, oh my shit, I've already told him I'm going to go on a date with him.
Yeah.
So I called him, like, hi. I invited my girl, and she needs to chill with me. I can't leave her in the house and go on a date with you, so can she come through?
That's not what happened.
That's what I told you.
No, you didn't tell me. No, what happened is, so we agreed on the date, yeah? Then I get there to fetch her. So she works at...
Call
you didn't call me. So
she got there and I told him.
I get there and then she's like, I'm with my friend. Can my friend come? Now I'm like, yeah? She's like, please, what? Now, my first thought was like, if this is a guy, this girl is playing me here.
That's what he thought. I wanted to eat free things.
Yeah. And then eventually, then she brings a friend, right? Who was
a she?
It was a
Is
she.
She the lady's godmother.
So then I'm like, these girls think I'm new to this game. Okay, sure. They think they're about to get a free meal out of me. So then,
no, seriously.
So then I text Willie quickly.
Yeah.
I'm like, Willie, dog, I need backup. I'm with these two girls. They're about to play me. So then when we're in the car on the way to the date venue, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, so Willie confirms everything via text, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dog, I'll even Uber you here at home,
And
dog. I got you. And I did. And we're like, dog, I will pay for your drinks, just come. And then while we're in the car driving to the place, I'm like, oh, by the way, also my friend is coming, eh? Because I wanted to, like, I felt ambushed, right?
Yeah.
So then, yeah, I mean, we went out. We went to like a Mexican place. It was pretty cool. We
bought our own stuff just to prove that, we're not out here for his money. I mean, we're working girls.
Thank you.
Not every girl is after the money.
I literally paid for everything.
Well, you did, but we had to.
You know how much the bill was? I still know how much the bill was.
Because you wanted to be big about it.
Okay, I was flexing a bit. I was.
We even ordered an ice cream and my friend was like, you know what, let's pay for ice cream. So this person.
It was like 1,000 rand, man.
He was trying. No, he wanted to hit it that night.
Yeah.
But nigga wasn't about to get it. He tried. He really tried.
Hey, man.
It was very sweet.
So how did you feel after paying that bill? And
we left them there, so I don't know how he felt. How did you feel?
I was just like, no, honestly, as a guy, sometimes you just chalk it up to the game, It's like one of those things, just gotta keep moving. I actually don't know how we ended up having a second date.
That was my next question.
Okay, so that day he was like, let's go chill. And I'm like, dude, I'm not about to chill. Because I actually was in a relationship with someone.
Okay.
It wasn't a relationship, we just broken up, but we're still talking.
Sorting things out.
And I was gonna sleep over I was at his house actually.
Yeah.
I was sleeping over. So it was so weird because this someone wanted me to go home with him and I was supposed to return home to, and his family was there waiting for me. So when he was trying, I'm like, no, we'll try another date. He was like, I don't believe it's not gonna happen. And I was like, no, seriously, we'll chill again. He said no. And then
why are you such a pessimist?
In that moment he was.
The game is cold, man.
Because I didn't want to go, so he thought that was it. I was gonna go and not. And then
wait, but you know for a fact, both of you know for a fact that some women go out for free drinks and free food.
Oh no, it happens. I've done that so many times.
Yeah.
So
how am I supposed to?
But then after free drinks, we'll be like, I'm not gonna see you again. But I actually gave you my word to be like.
And we tell you if we don't want to see you.
Yeah,
again.
you know what?
We'll be like, it was great, but
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, some women, others just keep you as the meal tickets for some time.
That's true.
So the second date, he took me to Hearties. That was us like.
Yeah, Hearties.
We just
That's the problem with being whipped.
We WhatsApped, and then I'm like, okay, so what's up? We can chill again. And he was like, really? Decided to take me to Hearties, and he was like, if you've been on a cable way before. I actually didn't know what a cable. I've never been on it. I didn't know what it was. So when he said it, I was like, okay, cool. We're gonna go do something.
Yeah.
And I'm scared of heights.
Yeah.
And then I told my friend. She's like, do you know what a cable way is? I'm like, I have no idea. It's like, go research. So I went to research and I realized we're gonna be up there, and I'm so scared of heights. And I did not tell him. And then we get there and I'm like, shit. I didn't even know what a cable was. I don't know if I can do this, but I did, which was really amazing. Hearties was beautiful, I don't go out of Joburg a lot, so that was an experience, and we bonded there, took some pictures. And you got it.
Baby alert.
Yes. My Nunu is awake because we're disturbing her. So yeah, I went to Hearties, we came back. He dropped me home. He wanted me to spend the night again. He drove me home. And I'm like, okay, no.
I'm like, it's now or never. if I strike out again, it's never gonna happen.
So I was like, no, I have to go home, see my mom, do some talking, and then he can pick me up.
Yeah.
Again, he didn't believe me.
Yeah.
So he left. And after a while, I called him. I'm like, hey, I'm done. Can you come pick me up? He's like, oh, really? Yeah, he came, dropped, picked me up, went to his dad's place. And yeah, it was a beautiful night.
Yeah.
I stole his shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I left my earring.
The rest is history.
This history, right?
Here's some history after. The rest is history.
Okay.
The rest is history.
Okay, take me through the first time you guys fell in love with each other.
Wow, no one's really asked us that question.
Why are you assuming we're in love?
Of course you are.
I mean, we are, but why are you assuming?
I'm not assuming, I know.
Okay, fine.
Do you want to go first? When did it happen for you?
I don't know. I can't think of personally. I can't think of a particular moment because, like I'm saying, even before we were dating, there was definitely something about her that kept on attracting me, and there was this infectiousness about it, which is still there now. Like sometimes I'll just look at her and I'll still feel like when I still had that guava initially, right? So for me, I can't particularly point to a moment when I'm like, no, I love this girl. It's just kind of like happened, you know. I don't know if she's maybe got a different one.
I think it's similar. But then with me, I think with women things are slightly different.
Yeah.
I think after Hearties. The first time I actually liked him before I loved him. So the light came when that night went for the first date. And it was so hard to convince him that he will have another date. I'm like, this is actually so cute. I'm actually telling him, and you know, he's not believing this.
Yeah.
And I saw a man that he didn't see himself as.
Yeah.
You see, so at that time I was like, why is he not trusting himself? You know, like I'll actually give him a second date. That's when I liked him. And then we went on the second date, and we went on the second date. And I remember the next, I think a few days later on, I was freaking out because I'm like, this nigga hasn't really said much to me on WhatsApp. Like, what the hell is going on? And my friend was like, why are you so worried about it? I'm like, I don't know why. You know, because I don't really worry about niggas. Like, is he mad? You know? Because I don't even date South Africans. I mean. So, my friend was like, you know, you really like that guy. Oh, yeah.
Your viewers might not know that. I'm just putting it out there.
Yes, I'm West African and Nigerian Ghanaian. So dating South Africa is a little bit. So my mom was like, you really like this person? I'm like, no, I don't. It's like, you do. No, I don't. But I did like him. I did love him. It was very quick. You know, the way I felt about, which was very strange. And it's the type of feeling that you really don't have control over. But I didn't have control over it at all, you know. So after Hearties, I realized that this is somebody that I could be with, you know. And I started freaking out from there. And then he had the guts to tell me that, no, you shouldn't love me. And I'm like, you don't tell me who to love. So after Hearties.
Okay, that's beautiful. And then take me through when you first found out that you were pregnant and why you decided to you know, continue with the pregnancy.
And
for him to be the dad.
Okay, we have spoken about
Nkuli, I think you're not in the shot. Come.
I'm in the shot. I can see myself.
In the shot. Okay.
We've spoken about children.
Yes.
When I'm with someone and I want to be serious about that person, I'm very specific in like, we need to discuss certain things. Where do you see yourself in a few years? Do you see a future about us? If you don't, then there's no point wasting time. So I'll separate the, you know, we're having fun from we actually can build something together. So we've spoken about children before, and I told him, if I get pregnant while with you, I'm keeping a baby.
Yeah.
So that was there. I've laid it out and I've told him about it. And then actually didn't know I was pregnant. Because I had to eat out, because I host eat out, and I had 2. And during those 2 times, I was pregnant. I was not aware that I was, because I drank alcohol both times.
Yeah.
So I didn't know I was pregnant. So after the second eat out, the next day, I was being so weird. I felt weird.
Yeah.
And I was around town. And I just felt dizzy. And I'm like, something is not right. I remember walking into Clicks in town. And I get very scared easily, you know, so I'm like, oh, I'm pregnant. So I know I've bought pregnancy tests. Women do that. We bought so many. So I'm like, I've wasted so much in money on this pregnancy test. It's not working.
Yeah.
And I went to work that day. And my friend is like, Nina, I've had my period. You haven't had yours. And we know each other's, because once she has, I have. Or once so when she told me, I'm like, ah, whatever. And people have been telling me that I've changed. They're like, Nina, you've been acting differently.
You're glowing.
Well, the glowing part was there, but also my mood swing was just, but I didn't notice it, you know, I just felt like people were being irritating. So that day, when she mentioned the period thing, I decided, let me just go to Clicks again and buy it again. I went, took it to the toilet, waited, took it out.
I know that feeling.
Tell me, is there something you want to tell us?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
If you say so. Waited.
Yeah.
And it was the clear blue one. And I think it said a few weeks, eh? I sat in that toilet. I looked. Are you sure? I looked. Because when it's not even positive, it's giving you how far you are.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I didn't know what to do. I sat there for a while. And then I came out, went into my office, and I met a colleague of mine, my close friend, and I'm like, there's the bun in the oven. He's like, what the fuck? Nkuli. I'm like, yeah. She's like, Nkuli. Like, yeah, Nkuli. What are we gonna do? I'm like, babe, I don't know. It's like, are you gonna tell him? I'm like, I don't know. This is Nkuli. Because, you know, even I love my boo and stuff, and he's grown a lot. At that time, we felt like, you know, women mature faster than men.
That's
so the maturity issue was there and stuff, and I'm like, this is such a young person, because I am 2 years older than Nkuli. This is such a young person. You know, what am I gonna do? Is he ready for it? It's not even about me, it's his life. You know, baby's gonna disrupt so many things. So she's like, you know what, think about it. Whatever you decide, we're gonna find a way to deal with it. And then we'll tell baby daddy.
Yeah.
But then Nkuli came to the gym that evening.
Yeah.
He walked in. The moment he walked in, I just took him. I was waiting right there, and I saw him. I'm like, okay. Took him there. I'm like, hi. He's like, hello. I'm like, we're pregnant. He thought I was joking. He laughed.
Because the thing is, she's joked like that before. And when she had a fight about it, the first time she joked about it, because I'm like, you don't joke like that. This is serious, man. It's my life.
So he laughed about it. I'm like, dude, I'm not joking.
Yeah.
I'm so serious. He was like, okay, let me go put my bag down. We'll discuss this. He went to put his bag down. He spent quite some time in that toilet. I think he was praying about it. He came back. And he was like, okay, let's discuss.
I'm just changing though. Genuinely, I didn't.
It was like, let's discuss this. I'm like, okay, what are we discussing? We're keeping it. I already told you that from the beginning. So he's like, okay, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. Okay, you know what? We can just, the baby come, we take it to my father, leave it outside. My dad would think it's his child that he left outside the house. I'm like, are you serious? I use.
Look, my thing is the way the way me and my family are. We use humor to cope with these things, right?
Yeah.
So also the first joke, when she first told me she's pregnant,
yeah,
the first thing I wanted to say to her was like, wow, you're gonna be a great single mom. That's the first thing I wanted to say to her. But I thought maybe this might be too inappropriate.
That is highly inappropriate. Yeah.
So yeah, that's how we found out. It took some time, to accept it, especially from his side, you know, because I have this person inside me, so I felt her, so I was already changing, so it was easier for me to accept that I was pregnant than it was for him. It really took some time for Nkuli to be like, yeah, I'm having a baby. Even when I have to wake him up and be like, I'm craving this thing, I think he still didn't get the fact that I was pregnant for a very long time. Tummy started showing, and then yeah, and that happened. It took us some time to reveal it to our family too. We waited 3 months.
Yeah.
You know, because they said first 3 months are fragile.
Yeah.
So you need to be careful, and we didn't want once we decided. I decided that I wanted to keep the baby, and he decided that okay, he'll support me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was mainly my decision, but he stood with me, and he's still here. So it wasn't an easy thing.
For now.
Excuse
going
me.
nowhere.
Okay.
I might leave for milk any moment there.
Well, why did you decide to like partake in the process to do the whole thing, go the whole 9 years?
What you mean? Why did I decide not to run away?
Yes.
Wow.
Because some men do.
No, true. Look, man. Wow, that's a difficult question. It's difficult because it's complex, right? Because my initial thought when she told me, I was just shocked, right? And then first I didn't believe her. Then I'm like, okay, shit. But hey, dude, you know, bruh, you guys have been a bit risky. Then you're like, so it's mentally, it's like, but dude, you know this moment was coming, you know. I think it's so weird to say, why did I decide to stay? I mean,
it is a weird question,
it's a weird question
because it's your baby, it's the whole process is yours, but in our society, unfortunately, men get away with literally like just not taking responsibility.
The thing is, maybe look, I love kids personally, and I'd like to believe I was raised well also by my parents, you know. I make mistakes, definitely. But I think for me, it's always an element of showing honor and being a man, and, you know, even if something were to happen and Nina and I were to not be together, even if at that moment we broke up and we were not together, I think it was very important for me to still be in her life, in a lady's life, as much as possible, because I think that's what a man should do, and that's how I see myself, you know. I don't see myself as someone that runs away from a child, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and it's very easy.
Yeah.
Like, cause, and it's weird that you're saying it's a decision, because it is a decision, but it shouldn't be a decision.
It shouldn't, yeah.
You know, but it is, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Like, it's easy, because, I mean, I can make a child, no one will know, I don't show.
Yeah.
Just go quiet, you will never see me again.
Yeah.
I've gone with my life, maybe in 10, 15, 30 years time, when a lady finds me and says, hey dude, I'm your kid.
Yeah.
You know. But it's like, I think it was always, you know, my code of ethics and morals said I can't run away from them.
Yeah.
Like, that's just something I can't do. Yeah.
And then how have you guys kept the spark alive in terms of not just being parents but being in a relationship?
Okay, look, wait. First things first. Now, I think for us, we also always want to be very genuine about our story, right? It was a conversation we had. It's very easy for us to show like the highlights, to show the nice Instagram posts, to show the good moments, right? And then mislead people into thinking that this is everything. You know? Mislead people into thinking that. At first, Nkuli said, "So, are you sure you want to keep this baby?" You know, and I think it's very important to be genuine about this. So we fought a lot at the beginning, like a lot. Like it was difficult. You know, I stopped going to the gym because then obviously I mean, you know, I was gonna see her, and then that was, you know, gonna cause lots of issues. So yeah, so and then that was, you know, gonna cause lots of issues. So yeah, so I think just generally we want to be very honest about how difficult things have been, how difficult things have been with our families, how her dad refused to see me. I thought that nigga was gonna kill me. I was ready for it. I'm like, yeah. They told me about Nigerians. I knew. Honestly, I thought one day I thought I was just gonna be walking, and then I was gonna see like 4 buff niggas walking up to me. I'm like, this is it.
My life has ended.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I said that and I completely forgot what your question was.
My question was, how do you guys keep the spark alive?
How do you keep the spark alive? Yes. So it's difficult, right?
Yeah.
Like it's proper difficult. Because, I mean, like post-pregnancy, you know, I mean, her body goes through a lot.
Yeah.
You know, our minds go through a lot, and it's very easy for us to get wrapped up in everything. I mean, I'm also heavily focused on building the business.
Yeah.
Doing all sorts of things like that. So I think, I mean, a lot of the time there, we have failed in like keeping the spark going, and I think that has led to conflict between the two of us. But I think we both try to find each other, you know.
Yeah.
So even when we fight, I think we both try to show an amount of empathy, try to understand where the other person is coming from. I think we're both pretty honest with each other. So if I say, I'm like, yo, dude, you're not showing any affection anymore. What the hell, you know? Or she'll be like, Nkuli, you're not here, and I need you here. You know? So I think it's been very deliberate. I mean, the communication is the communication channels are there, and I think that's what's helped us just generally, like, you know, manage and try to keep. But it's difficult. Like, it's difficult as hell. It's tough.
Nina?
It is difficult.
Yeah.
Because I think it's more difficult with our relationship because we didn't have enough time to get to know each other as an individual before a baby came in.
Yeah.
You know, we've been together now, it's a year, and we knew each other 3 months, and then I was pregnant.
We're dating officially 3 months.
And then
but we had been like,
we've seen each other, but like officially
yeah,
started dating 3 months.
Yeah.
And then a baby.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, people get married in 50 years and they say you can never really truly know a person.
Yeah.
So 3 months was quite, we didn't know anything.
Yeah.
There's still things like now that I'm like, shit, I should have known this before we started, you know, doing the dating, but we didn't really have that.
Yeah.
So now it's difficult.
Yeah.
There are some days you sit and be like, okay, it's not going anywhere.
I trapped you, nigga.
This is done, you know?
Cuffed is.
Like, there's no rewind.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're dating, like, okay, nigga, I'm so done, but there's a baby.
Yeah.
So
I think that's also what made us grow a lot, both of us, because we have both grown a lot as people, and I think a lot of the fights we had while you were pregnant, if we didn't have the thing at the back of our minds that a baby is coming, we would have broken up.
we would have.
And I don't think we would have gotten back together, but then the fact that there was a baby, I think forced us to find each other, you know, and say, okay, I'm pissed off with you, what you did was wrong, under normal circumstances, I'm done, I'm gone. But I don't have that luxury right now, and I have to think about the child. So let me try and understand where she's coming from. Let's try talk, even though I don't want to talk to her right now.
Yeah.
So I think so Naledi played a huge role in growing us in that respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say a child changes you. She did.
How?
You know, one of the reasons why I kept my baby, apart from the fact that I didn't want to have an abortion, I felt like there's a reason for her. And one thing I told Nkuli is, no, this child is going to be a blessing. I don't see it right now because everything is so hard on us. But I feel it. It's going to happen. So she's there. So now, and that's exactly what happened with regards to what he's saying. There is some days he would drive away. We'll literally get so bad with each other. He would drive away, go, and then he'll still have to return. And this time we're not even staying with each other. I still stay at my place, he's still staying at his place. But he has to come back and be like, shit, I can't just drive away like that because of this is the situation right now. So when you're backed into that kind of corner, and communication is not something that you normally do, because Nkuli was not that type of, he was not the communicating type, and I need you to communicate with me.
Even as a friend, I can attest to
I
that.
force communication out of a person. So when this person is not talking to you and you know there's something, it's so frustrating.
Yes.
So now communication, Nkuli will be like, baby, I feel like you don't see me anymore. He communicates with me, which is what most men don't do it, you know. He will tell me, I feel like I'm alone. So we'll talk about it. And also me, there is a naturally, should I use strong person when I can be very difficult?
Yeah.
But I'm learning to be vulnerable and open up myself. So she's done a lot of work with us, and she's still doing a lot of work with us. The relationship is, sometimes I look at him and I'm like, I love you. Relax.
Okay.
You know? But I'm like, it wasn't easy. You know?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't like I think
that's we stress. One thing is, him and I are the type of people that if you're about to take a picture on the phone, we don't want that beautifying thing there.
Yeah.
We want it to be as raw as possible, so people will see all those things. When you put that thing, I feel like the person looks too perfect, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
So when we go on Instagram and we see all these lives and people, I'm like, I get so hungry for people to actually tell us about the bad, the flaws that they're covering. That's how I connect with people. I want to do the bad.
Yeah.
If a guy meets me now and want to date me, I want him to see the bad. I used to tell him, if we ever tell our story, I want us to be real. I want people to understand that, guys, this is not easy. And don't forget, we're not married. So imagine how married people do it. This is not easy. And now we stay together. So if we fight, you're sitting in this room, we're talking about it, we're fixing it. There's no outside, you know. And we've had issues. And we have to deal with it. It is hard. You know, and the thing is, we're two different people. Nkuli was brought up differently than I am. Like I was telling you, Nigerians, we're not, I love you to your mom or dad. That's not how we were brought up. We know our parents love us when they hit the fuck out of us. Like that's how we know love is. With them, mom will say, I love you, you know? And you'll be like, this is so strange. So two completely different people, two completely different cultures. We're both stubborn as hell. His views are different. Me and him can never agree on fees must fall. Because I feel like that's a topic for another day, you know. I'm not ignorant. I just feel like you guys are too entitled to a lot of things, but that's something else. So now you bring this
disagree on
a lot of things.
On a lot of issues, particularly political issues.
So now you bring these two people together and they have to form a home.
That's and I think for us, maybe what's also formed a lot of our relationship is that it's not just good enough for us to have a home. It has to be a home that's healthy for the lady to grow up in. A home that she doesn't have to recover from. I think both of us are very clear on the fact that if we think that we'll never stay together because we have a child. We'll stay together because we want to be in a relationship together. Because if we do that, we know we're going to create a horrible environment for her, and we're going to do more damage than good. So yeah, that's the point.
We're learning.
Yeah, we're learning
every day.
And what's been like? What's parenthood been like for you guys?
Oh, I mean, it's very different. Look, I'll always say, bruh, parenthood is very different for men and women in the sense that, for example, like she said, she could feel something was different. You know, her body was feeling different, all of that. At a certain stage, she was showing a bump. She was throwing up all the time. Certain food she can't eat. Blah 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 blah. She physically feels something has changed, right? Whereas a guy, everything was normal for me, right? So you like have to synthesize the fact that there is a baby coming, and for me that has been very, very difficult, you know. I mean, the first time I heard her heartbeat, right, when we did the ultrasound, right, that was a mind-blowing moment, right? I was so happy. It was like, this is something I've never experienced before. But then like a week later, it didn't click that I have a baby coming, you know? Like I knew by my words and that I was telling people, you know, there's a baby coming.
Yeah.
By the challenges I was going, no, there's a baby coming, but it hadn't fully clicked.
Yeah.
Even after she was born, like beautiful moment, great moment, I've got a child, it didn't click.
Yeah.
Like you have to physically prepare, like not physically, but you have to mentally prepare yourself all the time that there's a baby coming. Funny story was that my mom was holding Naledi the one time, right? She's busy holding her. She's busy saying, we're gonna take daddy's car, we're gonna go drive away, you know, playing with the child, right? Then my first thought was, how the hell are you going to convince my dad to give you his car? Because in my mind, I'm not daddy.
Yeah.
I know who daddy is. Daddy is my dad.
Yeah.
So it's like it's very difficult to comprehend.
Yes.
That you are a father. This
Yeah.
child belongs to you. This child is a part of you. So it was a lot of preparing myself for that in that sense, you know. Mentally was the biggest challenge, you know. Yeah, I don't know how it's been for you. Motherhood. I mean, you've even got a podcast now. Happy Mother's Love. Subscribe. There we go.
I will. Everybody, please subscribe to my channel and please subscribe to Happy Mother's Love. Thank you.
It's been beautiful. And when I say beautiful, I don't mean that it hasn't been ugly. Yesterday I got pooed on and I got vomited on. First I got put on my pants.
Oops,
I had to take off the pants. And then I'm like, okay, good. Next I got vomited on my shirt. I had to take off the shirt. So you have moments like that, you know. So it's ugly. It can get very emotional, but it's been beautiful as well. Having a child, I know it's transformed me as a person. As parents, I think we're clowning our way through it. Yeah, we clown a lot.
But everyone is actually clowning their way through it. That's one thing I think we've learned. No one knows what they're doing, man.
No.
You know how many times someone so many times someone who you would think probably is an expert in parenting because they've got like 3-4 kids will completely contradict another person that's got 3-4 kids.
Yeah.
And both of them will contradict another person that's got 3-4 kids.
Yeah.
And then you kind of realize, and mind you, it's not like these are wildly different cultures, you know. You can say maybe Nigerians are wildly different to South Africans, sure. But then these are not wildly, like if it's South African cultures, right?
Yeah.
It's not wildly different.
No.
But these people are telling you completely different things.
Yeah.
One person will take, when she was still pregnant, for example, she'll order cold water, ice water. And they'll go, you, what? The waiter, what are you doing? No, you can't do that. No, ice water, and you're pregnant. Have you been doing this the whole time? And you'll be like, yes. Like, no, never. And then she'll be like, then she'll be eating an orange, for example. Let's say, how long have you been eating oranges? Dog, these people don't know what they're saying, bruh. And I think once you see all of these people contradicting each other, right?
Yeah.
You realize that, look, dude, no one has the answers.
Yeah.
You gotta figure this thing out for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what type of daughter you want to raise. Right?
Yeah.
You know what type of household you want to put it in, right?
Yeah.
Listen to people, of course. Experience
Yes.
always important.
Yeah.
You know, can't discount that. But you gotta do your own thing because these people don't know what they're talking about.
No.
They literally just are adding significance to unrelated events. For example, someone will be pregnant, and then maybe the day before she gives birth, she has McDonald's. She will come to you and tell you, have McDonald's. Oh, she'll say, don't have McDonald's, it induces labor. Right? So a lot of parenting, you realize people are doing false correlations and false equivalencies throughout things. So listening to people listen to doctors because at least it's based on science.
Yeah.
A doctor will say, just breastfeed, it's better for the baby.
Yeah.
I'll listen to that. You guys contradict her, it's all good.
Yeah.
Me, I'm going to point to what science says, right?
Yeah.
So, point is, no one knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
Do things yourself.
Yeah.
Listen to people, but also remain true to what you want to see your baby become.
Yeah, it makes sense. Last question. You guys have stayed together. You guys And I think a lot of our generation, like, is very quick to leave a situation if it's difficult. Like, you know, you guys are choosing to work through it. Why is that decision so important for you? You know? And then I guess the follow-up question from that would be, what do you guys love most about each other, and what do you love most about being a parent?
First of all, we moved in together out of necessity. Right? Let's also not romanticize that. We moved in together because she wasn't going to get, initially, obviously we love each other, cool, whatever. But then the thing was, she wasn't going to get paid maternity leave. Nah? And then either way, she was tired of where she was working. She wants to move on. So then we were in a very tough place. Because now, also my parents were not fully on board the baby train at that point. Nah? So we don't know where she's going to stay.
Yeah.
Nah? And my biggest thing is that I understand that this pregnancy thing is probably like really difficult. Obviously, I don't know it exactly.
Yeah.
So then, I mean, like, so I'm like, look, let me show solidarity to her, right? So I'm like, look, wherever you go, I go. In my mind, I'd fully reconcile with the fact that if push comes to shove and she needs to sleep on the streets, even though I've got a bed at home, I'm gonna sleep on the streets with her because she can't be alone in this very difficult moment for her, right? I don't want to be another problem that she's had to survive, you know. So then, I mean, there was some lobbying, you know. We had to speak to the parents, you know, try to find each other. Mom was like, parents at first. That's what, because there was a time none of our parents were even talking, right? My mom was not talking to my dad. Obviously, my dad not talking to my mom. Then they're not talking to each other. They're not talking to her parents. Her parents are not talking to each other either. So it was just a complete mess of no communication in that entire circle, right? And then we were the go-betweens. So I would go talk to my mom. Hey, my dad says this.
Yeah.
Say hi, no, never, or whatever. Then I go, I'm trying, but she doesn't want to. Why doesn't she want to? Then I come back to her, like, so what did your dad say? Then she will report what her dad said to me. You know, but then eventually we're able to find each other, and I'm very happy that she's moved in now and we're living together. I think now we're even planning on what's the next, like, where do we move when we move out of here?
Yeah.
So like where are we going to stay together? So that would be a very conscious, deliberate decision that we're working to. What was the second part of the question?
The second part was, what do you love most about her? And what do you love most about being a parent?
Oh, what I like most about her, look, I'm attracted to strong women. She's a very strong woman. She's not a woman that can easily be pushed over. That does cause a lot of conflict between us because I also have strong views.
Yeah.
But I like that about her because it challenges me. The fact that she doesn't agree with me on fees must fall, for example, right, forces me to always have substance behind my arguments. I can't just say fees must fall is good, Habib bad. She says no, fees must fall bad, Habib good.
Yeah.
For example, so now I have to come with very clear argument points to try and convince her to my thing. So I like that we disagree on so many things that I think it makes me a better leader and a stronger debater and those sort of things. I like that she exposes me to new things. It's because she's Nigerian. Her culture is completely different. She's Igbo, so the Igbo culture is very interesting. So I've been learning a lot about that, how they are as people, their foods. I'm a big fan of jollof rice right now.
Yeah,
also because
it's
amazing. I'll hook you up, bro.
Thank you.
It goes in.
Okay.
When we do our one-on-one
Yes.
interview thing,
Okay.
you'll have jollof.
Thank
It's very dope. And then also because her mom is Ghanaian also. So her dad is Nigerian, her mom is Ghanaian.
Yeah.
So then it's also that like West African thing that's been very interesting to learn about. And I see myself as a Pan-African. And I know quite a bit about Southern Africa.
Yeah.
So it's been very nice learning about
Yes, Tselani.
I don't know why she likes saying my surname like that. so yeah, that's
Yeah.
so I mean those are things I love about her. She's funny, she's a clown, I'm a clown.
Yeah.
She's definitely a clown. Yeah, many things. What I love the most about parenthood is the growth journey. It is actually, yeah, the growth journey. Yeah, what I love about is how much I've changed in the past 7 months, for example.
Yeah, I can even see the growth.
Yeah,
just as a
it's also dope having a baby because like she just like gives you a different perspective on life and how things are, and another thing to work towards and to push on. Yeah, those are the dopest things for me.
Nina?
Okay, so the first question is, why did we decide to stick it on? I think, you know what, I'm at a stage in my life where I know what I want, and that's what I'm working towards. Nkuli has come into the picture, and there's a child into the picture. So when I wake up every morning, this is where I want to get to. So I work towards that every day. So I'm going to stick it on. As long as he's willing to be in this relationship, I'm going to stay. I've made a decision with myself that I'll be in it, commit myself in it, and grow with it. So that's what I'm still here. That's what I'm going to be here till we don't know if we get married or not. So it's not an easy thing, but you have to. It's just like you have a dream, you know, you wake up and you work on it every single day. So that's what I'm waking up and I'm working on my life and on my family every single day. What do I love about Nkuli? He makes me vulnerable. I've never been vulnerable. I've always been independent, doing things for myself. It's even hard for me to ask my father to do things. So with him, he teaches me that, you know what, you can say I love you and not be so scared of being, what will happen. So he brings that side out, and I love that about it. He pushes me business-wise to be like, you know what, do this. I mean, Kuyasha has grown quite a great deal, and I'm proud of him for that. So he just makes me feel like, you know what, this is your dream, this is what you want to do, go for it and keep doing it. And he's a clown. He's so funny. He's totally opposite to the guys that I normally date, and I love that. He could bring me, because sometimes people look at him and be like, Nina, Nkuli. I'm like, yeah, Nkuli. But I think he's the only man on this earth that could get me to change my routine from this, let's say from caramel to chocolate. But I love chocolate, man. But yeah, this switch. So I love that about him. And I love that he's a gentleman. He's the buy you flowers kind of person, squeeze your eyes kind of person, open the door for you, kind of go to dinners kind of person. So yes, I love that about him. And what do I love about this one? What is there not to love? She teaches me love, the true meaning of it, what it truly means to give yourself to a person completely. Because when you have a child, you love them unconditionally, you know. They said it's the love that God has for us because we're His creation. And we don't understand that until you have a child, because there's nothing you wouldn't do for them. We love our boyfriend, but there's a limit to it. Yeah. He cheats, I walk away. Yeah. But if your child cheats, you're not going away. You stay. Yeah. So that's what I love about it. I'll keep her all over again. If I was to do it again, I wouldn't change it. So yeah, I love her tiny fingers. And I love being her mom.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. This has been great.
It has.
Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment.
Like, subscribe, comment,
follow.
Like, subscribe, comment, follow. Thank you.
Let me know in the comments below what you enjoyed most about this episode. Thanks for watching.